guys, welcome back. So, I guess you saw the thumbnail. Got a quite a few stash ads here. Unexpected stash ads, may I add. Went to the post office the other day to, I don't know, drop something off or whatever, and I just looked to see if any had any mail. And to my surprise, there were 2 boxes there. I had no idea about. And this was the contents of one, not the car here. I was just going to show this, but Paul Williams sent me this, and thank you, Paul. It's the 70 Duster funny car, and what's cool about this is Revell, whatever the Revell company is here in America, Revell USA, I think it is. They had sent me one of these to build, and I thought that was cool as heck that Revell actually sent me something. So I did a build video on this, and the thing about it is I built it just straight out of the box because I wanted it to represent, exactly what they were selling. I think that's what they were expecting too. But since Paul has sent me a second one, I was like, dang, I could actually do some, because this is a really cool kit. I could actually do some, maybe change the engine, do it my way, not with the, necessarily flashpoint decals and all that stuff, but make a cool dragster. But this is a really cool kit. Even the engine that's with it's pretty darn cool. But I didn't do any extra detailing except just paint. And yeah, when I saw that in the box, I was like, oh, cool. And that's the first thing that I thought. I was like, I can actually build one now, which, I could have bought one. I just didn't think about it. But now that I have that, I could build one of those with a cool top fuel, maybe a modern engine or something like that in it. One of those, because you've got a class, they run the vintage like bodies and all this stuff, but they'll have more of a modern, blown alcohol type engine. So yeah, thank you, Paul. I do appreciate that a whole lot, because that was the only one that I had, is the one that I built, and I've not purchased one of these since. So thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. And the other box that I received was from, let me make sure I get the name right, Michael Lyons. Michael Lyons sent a box of kits, and I'll start right here. He sent this, which is super cool, because I'll have to go get my, let me pause right here. I'll be right back. All right, so this was my first USAC build, the 40 Ford sedan delivery, and my first time pretty much like kit bashing and doing some stuff like that. This is one of my favorite builds that I've ever done. I think it's mainly because the color is so darn cool, and the paint job turned out so nice. But first time using resin wheels too. So anyway, Michael sent me another one of these, so that would be cool right there, just the stock version. That looks really nice. But these old AMT 44s are so darn cool, and I prefer the sedan delivery over the coupe. I've got a couple of those, but yeah, the sedan delivery, by far my favorite as far as the body style goes, and it just makes a heck of a cool hot rod. So yeah, thank you for that one, Michael. And I don't have one of these, but yeah, look at that. The Dick Tracy 36 Ford. I think it's the 36 Ford. Ain't it 36? Does it say it right here on the box and I'm not seeing it? Pretty sure it's 30. Might be 30. Yeah, I think it's 36 Ford. So yeah, the Dick Tracy version of the 36 Ford. Yeah, cool box art. That is so neat. I never, Dick Tracy was already out of style, I guess you'd say, when I was a kid. I do remember, like, things that Dick Tracy had, like the watch he could talk into or something like that. But it was more like Inspector Gadget when I was a kid rather than Dick Tracy, as far as the undercover type deal. I don't think they're anywhere similar, but anyway, yeah, very cool. And this was made, I don't know when this movie was made, but I didn't see the Dick Tracy movie. But anyway, I really love the car. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the same kit as the yellow 36 Ford that you can make a convertible, or I may be mistaken, but I think it's you can make a convertible or a or the hardtop. And I would make the hardtop. I'm not the biggest convertible fan, but that is really neat to have that one. Then the box art, like I say, the box art is just classic. Also, he sent this 41 Willies street rod, and if he got that thing for $4.98, that is a steal. Some boutique or someplace had it. Maybe it was a antique mall. But that's cool as heck. 2003 version of the 41 Willies. Got the blown Hemi. The older style Hemi, I guess, what, 392 or something like that. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if that's correct, but anyway, I think it's like 392 or something like that. But yeah, what a cool car here. You don't get any better than a Pro Street Willies, you know what I mean? That is too cool. I think this was probably, I know there were several variations of the Willies. I know that Ohio George, but I don't think that, I'm not sure if that was a 40. I think it was a 41. But anyway, I believe this might have been a re-release of a drag car, but it may not be. It does got Pro Street tires on the back though. Look at that. It's got some fat. Mickey Thompson Sportsman's. That's cool. That's actually the same tire as the ones I'm printing now. Mickey Thompson Sportsman. These are a little wider than these. I tried to make these the width of the Chevelle. I got them as close as possible, so they're a little wider than that. I don't know if they would actually fit. I don't think those would fit, but anyway. Neat kit here. It's just a classic, so bubble rounded. Just a neat car. You gotta build it blown too, or you have to plug the hole in the hood, because it looks like it come that way. All right, that's cool as heck. And then this 48 Lincoln, which this is a re-released pyro kit. Let me grab it and I'll show it to you. I've actually got one in 1/25th scale. So if I can do this, they're stacked about 10 high. If I can get this out of here. So this 48, the Lindbergh kit, is the same as the pyro. This one's still sealed plastic. So this is the same model kit as the pyro, and it's a multi-piece body if I remember correctly. This is a $2 model kit. So this one's probably out of the late 60s, somewhere around there. And then this one, Lindbergh, exact same kit. You may get chrome in the other kit in the pyro, but I'm not sure. So you get some chrome, but you get a multi-piece body. Where is the multi-piece body? Okay, there's the rear fenders. There's looks like part of the body right here. Here's your front fender. I actually kind of like, not that I like torturing myself, but I've built several multi-piece body kits. They're tough, but it usually turn out pretty good. So that's pretty neat. What a land barge right there. That thing is, I wonder what that car weighed. It's only a 2-door, but it's just a really, really big car. And I don't know if it had like what size engine the thing had in it. If it had like a V12 or something, I don't know. I'm not up to date necessarily on the Lincolns, because at this point I think Lincoln may have belonged to Ford, but they still, Lincolns and stuff had their own engines, like Pontiac and Oldsmobile both had a 455, but they're not the same engine. So before everything just gets to being one conglomeration, you know, car manufacturers actually had their own engines. And I know Lincoln had their own engine. And this one, I may be wrong. It may already have had some sort of Ford engine, but I bet it's not. Anyway, very cool. A bit of heritage there. So if you don't want to build your pyro kit, you can get the Limburg and build it. And there you go. Then he sent this 32 Ford Roadster Street Rod Monogram 124 scale. Let's see, this is 125th scale. I don't think Pyro made. Yeah, 125th scale. But this is 124th Monogram. And I prefer 124th. I don't know why. It just seems like, I don't know, just like them better. Maybe the kits that I've built I just really like, and they just happen to be 124th scale. So there's that one. Everything's looks to be there and accounted for. Oh man, look at the cool front wheels. Oh no, those aren't front wheels. Those are actually the backs for the wheels. I was about to say that looks like a drag front wheel, you know it? But it's actually, I think that is the back of the wheel, I guess. I don't know. Very nice. Very nicely detailed. Look at those small block Chevy valve covers. Those look really cool. And your Monogram. Hard, solid, but rubber tires. That's neat. And the roof, I guess someone else, yeah, it's like the roof was, oh, the roof was white on the box art, so they gave you a white roof. Huh. Neat. That's a cool car, even though it's got a Chevy engine in it. Why do they do that? I know exactly why they did that. I heard of some people give an explanation about like it fit better. Like the oil pan or something, the way the oil pan was on a small block Chevy. Not to mention, I think you can build a Chevrolet more affordable. I won't say cheaper because I don't want to offend any Chevy lovers, but you can build a small block Chevy more affordable than you can a small block Ford for the, you know, you can get the same horsepower. It would cost you more on a Ford. But, you know, in the long run, you'd have something way better if you had a Ford motor in it. But, you know, it is what it is. Hey, if I could only afford a Chevy, that's what I'd put in there. I didn't mean that in any derogatory way, like, if you got a Chevy, you can't afford anything. You know what I mean. Just picking. All right, so got this too. Testers, Vantastic. Do not have this kit until now. I have seen one of these build, or a couple, or maybe more, and this thing is really cool looking. Look at that thing. Isn't that nice? It's got, look at that sloped. That's a 30, I think it's a 37 or something like that. Let's see. It says, how about a Ford sedan delivery, 1935, mounted on the stylized 37 Ford fenders. So this is some sort of, got some different fenders possibly for the body. I don't know. But it's a tester's kit, and I don't, you know, I'm not sure. Maybe in the comments, did anyone else produce this, or who produced this? Because I didn't think testers really made anything. I thought they just reboxed other people's stuff. So I'm not sure about that. But that is mean right there. Yeah, that's cool. I might have to look really fast right now on ScaleMates. Let me see if I can get a signal, because I am really curious about that. I didn't think testers made anything, but yet I never really have seen this kit produced by anybody else that I know of. Let's see if I can get ScaleMates pulled up here and see if it's got any information on the Vantastic. I know I think they also made a different version. May have been a car rather than the delivery. I'm not sure. So what number is this? So if you go to ScaleMates, go to the bottom, hit the search, and then right here, I don't know why it's always got an asterisk there, but I always erase it. But this is, let's just do let's see, Van, T-A-S-T, IC, and then put 5309 for the kit. Let's see if that will come up. And if it's okay, right there, then it says 1998 new parts. So that doesn't mean new, that just means new parts. Let's see if it goes back. Full history. See, you just get what's on testers right here. You get full history. If there's anything else, there is not. Maybe testers did make it, because that's all there is. And also, Scalemates is publicly updated or populated, so someone may not have ever put anything else. But if you know anything else about this kit, I'd be interested in knowing who made it. I'm assuming they probably had another company make it for them, but I could be wrong. But anyway, nevertheless, it's also 1/24 scale. It's kind of curious to see the size difference in the... Well, you can't see that. Just gonna... I know it's not the same. I know it's not a 40, but I was just kind of seeing if it doesn't really look that big. I wouldn't think the 40 would be that much bigger, but yeah, it almost... This might... Yeah, maybe it is just a hair bigger. The front fenders are quite large for it, compared it to that 40 at least. Not a good comparison. Not apples to apples. But anyway, got that one. And then there's these two cool Connoisseur Classics that he sent. Let's see. This one's the 28 Lincoln Sport Touring. I don't know if I have this one. Oh gosh, sorry. 28 Sport Touring Connoisseur Classic. Now these would have been your MPC Connoisseur Classics. Ertl bought MPC, or they ended up being together. So anyway, this is an MPC kit that is made into Connoisseur Classics. But these also would have been your, I don't know if this one necessarily, but your Gangbusters kits ended up being like Connoisseur Classics, if I'm not mistaken. So back in the 60s, when they had your Gangbusters, would have probably been the beginning of life for these kits. Then they took on the name of Connoisseur Classics in MPC, and then eventually became AMT Connoisseur Classics. But anyway, this is neat. Ugliest rear windshield I've ever seen. Why would you even have a windshield back there? I probably wouldn't put that, but we'll see. So got a detailed 385 cubic inch V8. Huh. 28 Lincoln with a... I think Lincoln engines were funky too, especially these. They were like V8 usually, but they were like really, almost like really sharp V. Steerable front wheels. Yeah, see the Gangbusters would have been steerable, like the 28 Lincoln that I built. It would have, you know what? Yeah, that 28 Lincoln of mine, I remember now, it has this, so it's the same basic car, except it was not this, it had a rumble seat in the back, so it didn't have the full on, this like a lot longer back here. This one is, it seems like, doesn't have like a trunk. So the one I built was the Gangbusters, original Gangbusters 1966 kit, and it had that V8, and actually has really nice, the hinges on the hood, they hinge in two different places, so you can actually open the hood, because you know, like on a lot of these kits, like your Model A's and things like that, it's got to take the whole darn hood off. They don't really hinge unless you're really crafty, but these, they actually hinge, so they have really nice hinges, so you can open up either side of it, and if you can keep it propped open, you can actually see the engine and everything in there. And it's got the steerable front wheels, which I failed on that with my Gangbusters kit, and mine don't steer, they're straight. So you can, they say you can actually get the little gearbox to work, but I haven't been able to do it. And see, this is another telltale sign it was the Gangbusters. You see, it's still got the figures in there. Here's your Gangbuster figure. So everything is still going to be Gangbusters. Get all the little people and all that stuff, but it's just called Connoisseur Classics. You get the white walls that go into your tires. It's pretty cool. So that's a 28 Lincoln Sport Touring, and it's 1/25th scale. And let's put this. And lastly, he sent this, which is also a Gangbusters kit. Connoisseur Classic 32 Chevy Cabriolet. I mean, am I mistaken, or do they just look a lot like a Model A? You know what I mean? Except for this Lando bars and all that. Like if you covered up the vents on the hood and you say, what is that? People probably say, that's a 32 Ford. But I don't know the differences. I've not really sat down and looked at them, but there's not that many. It doesn't look like to me in a 32 Ford and a 32 Chevy. Like I say, it's got these louvers, I guess, that would open up on the side. And there, let's see. No, this would have an overhead valve. There it is right there. Overhead valve, 194 cubic inch 6-cylinder. And as far as I know, General Motors never made a flathead. They may have, but I don't know of it, because you had a more modern overhead valve engine in the 32 when Ford's still putting, you know, the old flathead 4-banger in theirs. So yeah, see, it's steerable front wheels too. Again, these are all the Gangbusters series that just got renamed. Let's see if it's got the people in it. Oh, it's got some, look at that. Guess it was a hot rod kit too. I don't think this one's got people. I don't see any folks. I don't see no folks in this one. But look at there. Got some cool decals. Let me see. I guess you can make a hot rod. Wow, this is huge. See if I can find it off camera. Man, those are really nice looking instructions too. Look at that, hand drawn. Wow. Yep, there's your. This down here. Big old tires. Goodyear blue streaks. Those look different. There are two different kinds. So you got the stock tires and wheels, and you've got these for the rears. Man, those things are really chunky. But I was going to see if it had like a alternate engine. Yep, there it is. Let me get it under here again. So you got a dual quad, I guess small block. Oh my goodness, you even got a supercharger in this thing. I gotta look at the chrome tree real fast. Maybe this ain't a Gangbusters kit. Alright, so there's your supercharger with the, it's like the chain drive one. It reminds me of that pepper shaker kit. That 57 Chevy pepper shaker had that no, it didn't have two 4 barrels. It had some funky sideways carburetors, but anyway, it had that like it was under it, had a chain drive supercharger. There's your valve cover for the 6-cylinder. Valve covers for the small block. Yeah, it is small block too. You can see how the exhaust are. That's neat. Very cool. Alright, put this to the side. And thank you, Michael and Paul. And lastly, but not leastly, my friend Gavin Swan reached out to me. And he said, hey Matthew, I went to my first, Gavin he has a Scale Model Apprentice. That's his YouTube channel. And me and Gavin's communicated in the past, and he sent me some stuff. I've sent him some stuff. A good kid. Lives in Illinois, I believe. And he said he went to his very first model show just a couple of weeks ago. And he said, while I was there, I saw something that just reminded me of you. So he said he was sending it. So I got this. Check that out. I've never seen that box art before. But yeah, Ford Monogram Bronco XLT 1/24. That is neat as heck right there. Copyright 1981. That is really cool. I wonder if he gave $5 for it. If you did, you got an absolute steal. Morton Grove, Illinois. I didn't know that. And here it is. Glass. Got the chrome tree. Wow, that's really nice. Where's the windshield? There it is. There's the windshield down there. Got your classic Monogram mud grips that are Goodyear Tracker ATs. Hard. Well, these aren't so hard. You can actually bend those. Got some decals. I don't know what they look like. Here's your decals. They look actually really good. Wow. Really good. You could make your Bronco look box art correct. That's really neat. Thank you, Gavin. I appreciate you, buddy. It's got some skis. Let's see if you can see them. Got a set of skis for the roof, I suppose. Got your cylinder heads and all that stuff. This one just might get built soon. Rear differential. Yeah, this might just be a fun. I like Monogram kits. They just seem to build easier. And if you're looking for something that's just pleasurable and you want to get something done fairly quick, a lot of times a Monogram kit can be that way. Not all the time. I know there's definitely going to be exceptions to that rule. But these have always looked like really nice kits, especially if you want to do something pretty simple. So yeah, that's really neat. All right, Gavin, Paul, Michael, all of you guys who watch, I appreciate you. Again, blown away with the generosity of you guys. Like I say, I just go to the mailbox and I'm not expecting it. You know, I'm not going up there to, oh man, I hope there's a box in the mailbox today. No, I don't do that. But I was at the post office and I checked and I was like, oh my goodness, there's two. Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you. Take care. Don't forget, as always, go check out hobbynutmodels.com. Go support a small business. Mark's a great guy. Go see what he's got. It's always linked in the description of the video. And also, you can go check out my website, mcvproducts.net. I'd appreciate that. I got a new set of wheels on just the other day. Got them on there, and I can't remember what they're called. But anyway, these are them. They're Intro Colt. Heck, I can't remember. I think this makes number 40. As far as how many sets I carry right now. So this is number 40. I don't remember exactly what they're called, but if you go in the search bar of the website, punch in W40. All my wheels will start with a W and then the corresponding number. So W40. I have these on there, and I've already sold several sets. They seem to be people seem to like them. So yeah, they're nice. Got the Michelin. I can't read it, but it's got Michelin something tires on it. If you could paint those, I'd like to shake your hand. I don't think these would be white wall anyway. Michelin. Oh man, even smaller beside it. But anyway, that's what these are. I think they're like 2220s or something like that. 22s in the rear, 20s in the front. Anyway, good stuff. All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If you hadn't already, give this video a thumbs up if you would. Hey, subscribe if you hadn't subscribed. And hey, we'll see you very soon. I appreciate you all. Take care. Bye.